This game is awesome! Hell yeah! Well, let me be honest with y'all about this one. Oh boy, I adore this game. It was just as much fun when it first came out, and it's just as much fun now. Hands down, one of the best action platformers on the NES. Journey to Silius, or RAF World as it's known in Japan and Europe, was released by Sunsoft in 1990 for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Sunsoft is well known for their other classic titles such as Batman and Blaster Master, as well as their not-so-classic title, Fester's Quest. Oh, come on, we're all entitled to a flop. When you boot up the game, you're thrusted into a ruined space colony where all sorts of machines are after you. You'll run and gun your way past them, as well as traps and hazards, through 5 increasingly difficult levels. The gameplay is very similar to the likes of Contra or Mega Man, and anyone who mastered those games will feel right at home. The graphics and sprites are extremely well drawn, and the art style does a fantastic job of painting a dystopian setting. Actually, it does a little too good of a job, but more on that later. One critique about Journey to Silius' gameplay is the jumping. I stated before that this game is similar to Contra or Mega Man, but just because the main character Jay can shoot similar to those characters doesn't mean he necessarily moves like them. The jumping in this game is pretty stiff, especially when you're falling because you'll do it in an arc rather than just straight down. I consider it as bad as Castlevania in that regard. And I cannot give enough praise to the soundtrack. This has to be one of the best OSTs in the NES's library, with one of the songs being so nice they play it for you twice. Yeah, so this game was pretty solid. And now, I'd like to take this time to talk about the story, because this game had a pretty interesting history. You'll notice that the plot makes no sense. It jumps from Jay taking over his father's work to him deciding to take revenge. All the while, the game is telling us about this space colony and how terrorists destroyed it. Level 1 is supposed to be the insides of the ruined colony, but as you go along, you notice that the only enemies are machines. You even end up in a factory where you fight some very familiar enemies. Well, shortened to the point, this game was supposed to be based on the original Terminator film. There was even a short article about it in Nintendo Power. But Sunsoft lost the licensing rights and had to change the game. This isn't the first time that this has happened to them. The same thing occurred with Superman for the NES, which was reworked into Sunman. Unfortunately, that would never be released. But we did get Superman for the Sega Genesis, and that game kicked ass. And so does this one. The price of a physical cart has gone up over the years, but if you're a person with no budget like me, then you can play it on Nintendo Switch Online. It'll only cost you $20 a year to do so. And that brings us to the end of the video. Ooh. So remember, sometimes you can be angry, sometimes you can be happy, but no matter which mood you're in, you gotta keep it extreme. Cheers.